Hello there. It's the daddy and the sunshine kitty. And the dog that I can't get to eat. It's the daddy and the sunshine kitty. And the dog that I can't get to eat. But I'm still trying. Couldn't even get her penicillin or her Desiquin into her yesterday. Or not Desiquin, Denimar. I did order her Desiquin though because she's having some joint problems. Daddy's on top of it. Daddy wants to be a caretaker to all y'all now. I'm just good at it. And take care of you and mom and the babies and everybody. Not that I won't get help from Pup, assuming she wants to get back together and assuming she wants that, but I'm just really good at that job. So I'm going to be doing that. Plus, you don't want a puppy in charge of your health care. You're crazy. Maybe rolling on their back and getting into toilet paper and stuff. It's really messy around the doctor's office. Um, Hello. I was thinking about. I'm feeling a little better today. Still shaking my head about breaking that back window, but not as much as I was shaking my head about all the bullshit I was doing that I didn't realize. Um, and the sun kitty. Oh, sorry, it was just a little bit of callback there. Feeling a little better today. I've been thinking about what you said about consequences. About, like, hey, if I don't have consequences, how am I going to learn, or how's it going to get better? Or not only that, but just like in my opinion, it would be like the justice factor of it. Like the righteous justice. Like you did something wrong, you need to be punished. Um, the thing about that is that as far as those different reasons, is that the consequences. I've had this consequence before, but since it was a blind spot, I didn't know what it was. So the consequences alone would not have, didn't, hasn't, in my whole life, hasn't ever done anything to like teach me or get me to be better, because it was a pattern I didn't even realize I was doing. So the only thing that was going to help me here was to be able to figure it out, which I did. And after 35 years and all of 2 days, I was so motivated by how much I love you to figure out what the fuck happened that night. Pardon my French. Um, Another thing too, as far as consequences, is like, hey, if there's no consequences for such abusive verbiage, you know, it just it's just not right. As far as you don't want to date that person. That person didn't have consequences. Well, the thing about that is that person, you put a bullet in the forehead of that person. There's a big old hole in the back with smoke coming out. You killed that motherfucker. There were plenty of consequences for him because he no longer exists. You know, I the pain and the hurt of being apart from you and what I had done to you when it hit me. Like that person, me sussing out what was going on there, that person no longer exists. You killed that motherfucker. Pardon my French. He gone. You would not be dating him. You would be dating this guy. You would be dating Daddy. You would be dating the person who is like all in and loves you to pieces, and it is unconditionally loves you to pieces and just wants to treat you right and make up for, in a lot of ways. I mean, we've had really good years. Like we do love each other very deeply, and we've had good years, but we've also had some way too many bad years. Like bad months, multiple years. Um, Daddy's fault, really. Like I was in this kind of duality of, you know, little girl versus, like fiance or peer, and I kept trying to make you my peer because you didn't want to listen as far as um, daddy dom. So then it's like, oh, you didn't earn daddy, and all of that was a very very bad choice at a fork in the road. What I should have done is what I'm doing now, which is be like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't. It's silly to expect one person to meet all your needs. I don't need you to be that person that's supporting that. Granted, like, I would love to have a little bit of grace here as far as like all the improvements I'm making, and also stepping up for mom and doing all these things that I'm doing. In a lot of ways, I totally agree that I am becoming the man you thought me as of, but I'm becoming that person, and I'm not. Um, I wasn't, at least. I don't think I am 100% there, but I did not make our relationship a priority. I did not apply all of those things that I was coming into, getting rid of my stress and stuff like that, to our relationship. It just was not a priority. At the time, it was like, mom's a priority. How come you can't put mom first? Why does it have to be about you? So I would actively go out of my way to not make it about you and neglect you, which, first off, as like a peer relationship, is just bad. I mean, I don't know if it's toxic, but it's definitely borderline. How do you expect day to day, week to week? I sit here talk about healthiest and happiest, and I'm sitting there actively ignoring you but not talking about it. That's a very bad choice. But second off, it's also the kind of thing where, as my little, or as my pup, as I think of you now, because little, I associate littles with, daddy doms and being good girls and doing what daddy says, because he's got it out for you. Whoops. He's got what's best in mind for you, and even though some things might be tough, you gotta listen, because it's important to stop when there's cars in the street. You gotta listen to your daddy, you know what I mean? Well, for pup, it's not like that. For pup, I have this image in my head of you just like a little tiny big bellied puppy. I don't know why, but you're a pug. Like a little baby pug on his back, and just kind of like stuck and trying to get up, and like little feet flailing in the air. You're just adorable. Like, that's the whole thing for me. Like, just how hard you love me, and having you in my life, and getting to see like you every day, and your hijinks and what you're up to. And you know I've said it before, but like, there's going to be nothing required of you, really. Clean up after yourself, pup. You know what I mean? Clean up your own mess. But that's about it. Like, I don't need you to do, I'm not going to have any lists. I'm not going to have any requests. I'm not going to be like, hey, could you do this? Hey, could you do that? I'm done with all of that. I'm completely done with all of that. You can spend your days however you want. I want you to spend your days however you want. I don't want to be like, hey, sweetie, can you? Hey, sweetie, can you? Hey, sweetie, can you? I'm done with that. I'll do my own stuff. And you do your own stuff. Like, figure out what's important to you and do what you want to do. So when you talk about like wanting to figure out what's important to you, that does in no way mutually exclusive with getting back with your loving daddy. I'm going to facilitate that in any way that I can now. It's just really, like a head slapping moment. Not that I'll do it, because I hate that. But to be like, it's been 7 years. We're talking about delayed gratification for 7 years, and this little beauty has sat here and put up with this and asked for things like $100, buffet, and I'm like, let's look for free. It's just very. I want to punch myself in the vagina for how neglectful I've been for you. Like, how neglectful I have been towards making you happy. It feels like a false bill of sale almost, from who I was at the beginning of this relationship until who I am now. It's like, come on, do you see the difference there? You like would dote and make her happy and go out and get her whatever she wanted, and now you're like, you can't get that $100 hutch. It is so frustrating to me, because I know I can do so much better. This is like a 20 on the 15 to 85. I mean, it's just very frustrating to me that, and I get that money is tight, and money was especially tight, and I was trying to pay the house off fast and stuff, and that the date to do, but it's no, money should not have been my priority, or paying off the house should not have been my priority. You being happy, us being happy should have been our priority, and that's all going to change as well. If I have the honor of getting one last chance and unconditionally loving the ever crap out of you. So this is not something I'm going to be backsliding from. This is not something that's like, oh good, I got her back, and in a month I'll be like, hey sweetie, could you? No. I want you to like actively do whatever you want to do around this house. If you want to lay around in your panties, and granted, every time I say I want you to do what you want to do, I put you in your panties or swimsuit if we can get away with it. What's she wearing? She's wearing a swimsuit, Ma. But there's no top, Mom. Shh. Yeah, that's how I just want to see us going forward. Like, it's stupid easy when I got there, because it's like, what makes her happy, what makes her unhappy, and not only that, but what makes us happy, what makes us unhappy. Like the business, that's a stressor for us. I don't need to be like, hey, did you transfer this? What's going on there? That business is yours. From this point forward, Countryside Finds is yours, whether or not we get back together or not. All of that inventory is yours. You know, you, the money that comes from it is yours. That's why I don't care about you taking PNC. You're like your family, or last time your grandma, like as soon as we had broken up, she's like, get everything to the shed, because I think she thought I was gonna be shady or be hurtful, but I'm not that person. Like, me, I'm not that person at all. I'm somebody who could be a total dick or was somebody who could be a total dick in the moment, obviously, but I'm not somebody when he has some time is going to be like, I'm going to hurt her by taking half her money. No, it's just the opposite. Like, I'm like, here, take it. Here, what do you want? You know what I mean? Like, last time, too, I was the same way. I was like, you can have all the inventory. You're worth a lot more than that to me. When things are at their worst, I'm at my best, usually. Um, I was pretty bad during all of this as far as being stressed out with mom and moving the hutches and stuff like that. And granted, like the caffeine, I cannot underestimate that. Like, I was doing way too many. Um, but yeah, all of those things are just like what makes you happy, what doesn't. You know? Oh, she doesn't like doing dishes. Okay, she's not gonna do the dishes. She can do her own dishes. That's it. I'll do mine, I'll do mom's. Oh, she doesn't like having a schedule, or she doesn't like having to do this, having to do that, or working on days that she doesn't want to work. Well, that's good, because you do whatever the hell you want every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not me being like, let's give her everything she wants. Let's just think of the best possible things she could want, and then she'll come back. It's nothing like that. I am not chasing the way I was last time. Like, I don't know if you can see the difference. But last time it was like, oh, no, 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 this is so wrong. This is so wrong. Come on. And I put hands on you, so that was a whole different thing. But I was like, this is so wrong. Come on, sweetie, come back. I love you to pieces. And this time it's like, holy shit, have I been screwing this up lately? Like, I've been so toxic and not making her a priority and her happiness a priority. And she has been so patient and she tried so hard. And I see it now that I'm just like, I want her to have the happiest possible life she can have. And so all of the choices that I'm making make me happy because they make you happy. So if you want to spend your day here doing arts and crafts, do that. If you want to spend your day here um, running your business and getting your profit from it, how about that? Do that. If you want to spend your day out in the pool, likely, I think you're going to like the pool though, assuming you're here. Do that. Like, I want you to spend your days how you want to spend your days. Like, it's gonna be such a shift. I can't even tell you what a shift it's gonna be. It's gonna be the kind of thing where, does this freaking camera keep adjusting? If I'm going sideways and not sideways, I've had this phone upright this whole time. I swear. Squeaky can. Oh wait, she wasn't watching. But yeah. Um, I want you to spend your days how you want to spend them. Like, it's crazy to me, all of these things that I didn't see. Like, I used to tell you that that's the one gift daddy could give you, is to you be able to spend your time how you want. Am I high? How did I think that? Like, I did think that in like a general, I did totally believe that when I was saying it. It was like, you don't have to go to work, you don't have to do this, you don't have to go to the man and play nice all day at the Walmart garden center, or as a cashier or whatever. But then I'm like, hey, sweetie, we got to do this today. Hey, sweetie, we got to do that today. Hey, sweetie, look at the whiteboard. Hey, sweetie. All of that goes away. All that's gone. You spend your days how you want to spend your days. You spend your days in your house, in your home, with your name on it, in your cars with your name on them. You know, I'm all in on this, my love. I can't even tell you. This is our life. And I am absolutely gaga for you and absolutely trust you now. And I'm not saying you're going to be 100% perfect, but if you do, I trust that you're going to come and tell me, and we'll work it out, and I'm going to love you unconditionally either way. But I cannot tell you, you're going to have to see it to see what a difference this kind of life is. It's not the thing I'm saying, and it's going to fade away when I have you back, and I come to, when I come to take you for granted again, because that's not going to happen. You'll see it pretty quickly when you be like, hey, daddy, buffet. I'll be like, go find it. Hey, daddy, could we grab the keys? Let's go. It's this whole relationship is about to shift, and I really, really, really am looking forward to seeing the looks on your face on this. If you can give Daddy another shot. Um, the thing is, if you don't, and I really hope you do, because I don't want to spend my life with anybody else other than you. I don't want my kids to look like anybody. I don't want to have kids with anybody else other than you. I have my reproductive thing on Thursday, so we'll figure what's going out there and get this party started. But um, Daddy would like to not be in charge of your healthcare, but Daddy would like to help you with your healthcare, like immediately. Because this is ridiculous. Like I should have been doing this a while ago, as far as just getting you healthcare, and I'd like to pay for it because puppies don't can't pay for their own stuff. Um, they don't take puppy cash. I don't know what that means. Um, yeah, everything's about to change, and everything's about to change because I finally made you and our relationship a priority, and I started looking at it with the same eyes and the same lack of anxiety that I've had making Mom's healthcare a priority, making my siblings' relationship and mine a priority, like all these healthy choices, all these changes I've made in my life. You know, it's hard. I know it's probably hard for you to think of me as getting healthier and becoming a better person when I was doing just the opposite in our relationship. But it's true. Like, I have made changes. I think you know that, even with how I was treating you and how I was neglecting you. Um, but it's, I've now applied that to you and us. And it's instead of it all dropping like little piece by piece like it did as I was figuring these things out, it's all gonna like be a watershed because I realize I haven't been doing that. Like the person I am now hasn't been that person to you, and I sure am now. And and like I said, I'm not doing it to be like, please come back, please come back. There's something like I've changed in a way where it's like I want you back so bad. Like I love you so much, and it's like a deeper love than I've ever allowed myself to feel for anybody, and I want you back so bad. But at the same time, I know if you don't come back, I'll be okay. But then I'm going to be this same person with somebody else, and that also breaks my heart because you put in all the work. You dealt with all of my issues and stuff like that. You dealt with me figuring all these things out, and you're probably going to walk away worse off. If you walk away now, you're going to walk away worse off. You basically had two father figures that completely broke your heart, and granted, one of them was just like, I'm not interested, and the other one's like, holy shit, I'm so sorry. I'm not the same person. Like, I am definitely the kind of person that can be like, oh, I screwed up, and once I realize that, I can do these things to like actively make things better. Like, I'm not perfect, obviously, but I do my best to try to correct when I'm not perfect. I definitely don't have any ego. When I really see that I've done something wrong, I just feel bad and want to make it right. I like happy endings. So, um, yeah, I just really, really, really want to be able to, lavish you because I now see you as the person who's put up with this for so long. I go back and look at just like even last week when I've been tearing you down and making you feel worse and telling you, remember that time we were talking and I was saying, you saying, I just got to sit here and look pretty. And I was like, well, then be pretty on the inside. I fucking cringe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tearing you down. Does somebody bring you up or down? Well, what's that? You know what I mean? Should you believe that's the person that I'm going to be going forward? No. Do you know that? Probably not, because actions speak, Um, I wonder if part of you is thinking, oh, well, he said a lot of good things after Armageddon, too. But you have to understand, with Armageddon, I did a lot of good things, too. Like, I solved alcohol, we were very happy after Armageddon, and I know you associate it with me not drinking, but what it really was me not being controlling, me not being what I called a dom. You know what I mean? I'm not saying if you want a dom, I can't be a dom after I do a lot of research and get past the issue of trying to control. But I don't need to be. There's nothing about me that needs to be your dom. There's everything about me that needs to be your daddy. Um, like, I don't need to control Squeaky and be like, lay in bed this way, lay in that. But I do need to be like, what are you doing, you little mutton head? Get out of there. Just like, again, having you in my life like enjoying you and you doing whatever you want. Like it's just a game changer. Like your life is about to get a lot better if you can trust me on this, and it's going to get a lot better in whatever direction you want it to be. Like you, let's say you're like, hey, I really want to go to work, and like, okay, go to work. I'm gonna miss you, but go to work and be safe. You know what I mean? Or hey, I want to lay around and just play my video games all day. It's like, okay, well, I'm paying for the bills now, so do whatever you want. Just make sure you stay cute. Oh, whoops, you're already on it. It's just, I just so want to, it just seems like justice to reward you for how great you did. And plus, I just unconditionally love you now, so I am just like, I do have a big heart. I think you know that. When it's being released, and so it wants to, it's like that, I kept thinking about that line from When Harry Met Sally, where he like runs to her and he says, you know, the reason I ran here tonight is because when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible. And that's the feeling. It's like, come on, let's do this. I totally have this. I give you my word. I give you my word. I have this. So I'm hoping that you'll allow me that chance. I'm hoping you're not, it's hard going this long because I worry you're demonizing me, because that's, you know, one of the things I would do to try to move on. Instead of just thinking about the good things or the bad things, I would emphasize the bad things, and then it would be easier to leave, because then that person became that, and I don't want you to do that to me, and I don't want to do it to you. Like at first I was really scared I was going to do that and distance myself from you, and I don't want that. I not only don't I want it because I don't want to remember you that way. I don't want to I don't want to lose the feeling of how much I love you, but also I worry if I do that to the first person I've ever unconditionally loved, at least romantically, that I might be closing that part off from my heart, and I just got there, and it's a very like good feeling, and I don't just mean as far as how it feels, but I mean it brings good into the world. Like good actions spring from it. So yeah, those are some of my thoughts this morning. I just woke up and was thinking of it starting from the consequences thing, and like I say, definitely had some consequences for that guy, because you left a bullet hole in his head right here, and he is not around anymore. Um, there's not much more for consequences there. This guy and this guy is completely sorry for what he did, and if it wasn't for how much I hurt you, this is one of the greatest things that could have happened to me. I uncovered stuff that I didn't know was there, or didn't quite understand what was going on for like 35 years. And I did it in 2 days because I was so motivated, because I love you so much, and was trying to figure out like what the hell happened that night. That was just such a weird night. And I know we were power struggling for a while, and I know that we were like butting heads, and but I couldn't understand why I reacted so strongly to you not wanting to take the plants outside. You know what I mean? And that's when it made me realize it was the controlling thing. That's not Dom. That's just me being a controller. The same stuff I was like warning you against with your parents. Like, that's that guy. That guy's like, go do what I said. This house is about life, and granted, this house is about life, but it was tied into that, and it was tied into me feeling you always put yourself first, even when it came to mom. That part's gone now as well, because you are first. You know what I mean? Like, you and mom are both tied for first in very different ways. But like, I am your daddy, and I want to put you first, and I want to take care of you. I want to be your caretaker. I want to make sure everything's okay. I could be stressed out because I'm doing 19 things with mom, and you come to me and you're having you say you're not well or not doing good. Bink, I'm going to be all on top of it. You know what I mean? It's not going to be like, oh, I'm stressed, I'm dealing with something else. It's going to be like, my puppy is having a problem. It's just going to be much different going forward. And I was about to say something that would spoil what my nice thing I did for you, that you don't know about, so I won't. But it's just another way that I'm trying to. I mean, it's not even trying to. Like, I'm a different person now, and I'm a different person specifically because I wanted to figure out what happened there, and I went deep and was motivated to really figure things out I haven't ever figured out because I love you so much. And if it would have been the kind of thing where I couldn't figure out what happened that night, I wouldn't want to be back together with you, because I'm not sure it's not going to happen again. Like, I don't want that. I give you my word, that will never happen again. I will never be verbally abusive like that. And it also this kind of thing where at the time, like I said, when we first broke up, it was like 30 seconds of just like relief. It was like, because I have so much on my plate right now, and you add to the things that are on my plate. And then after that, it's just like, it was like 3 days of terror. Like, holy shit. Like, I knew I would be devastated. Whoa, dropped myself. Where am I? Here I am. I knew I would be devastated, but I don't think where the hell am I? Hey, still here. I knew I would be devastated, but I did, I think I had forgot. Like, I had known in the past I would be devastated, but I thought I was so stressed out and that you were adding to my stress that I no longer would be devastated. And for 30 seconds, I was right. For 30 seconds, I was relieved. And then after that, it's like, oh, no, 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 no. Let me see. No, 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 no. Like I was telling you, at first my head was saying, this is not, we're probably not compatible, but my heart was saying, no, 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 no. And now my head is saying, oh, we're totally compatible when you're not toxic, daddy. You're not hurting your pup. And my heart is still being like, no, 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 come on, we got this. Like, stick with me here. I totally have this. I'm so sorry. And I apologize. It's not like we've been together 7 months. We've been together 7 years, and we've had a lot of good times too, especially early on. Like, and I want, the best is still to come. Like, that's the thing that it's hard to convince you of until it actually happens day to day and week to week. And I'm not just talking about how I treat you. I'm talking about getting out into the world and doing things. You know what I mean? Not being stuck at home, like going out during the week, going out at the weekend, like having more pictures on our wall than, the ones we have now of things we went out and did. New things, fun things. Like, if, we've delayed gratification for 7 years. It's time. If I have to live until I get money right with the business, then, because I plan to do the business myself now. I don't need a business partner that way. I mean, if you really wanted to do the business with me, we could, but I don't really want that with you. I don't want the business partner vibe. If you want Countryside is fine. This is yours. If you want to do that, make all the money from it, there you go. That's all your baby. You know what I mean? But for me, I just want to, stop with the delayed gratification. If I need to live on credit cards for a year or whatever, I can do that. I can get by with that until money gets better. Money gets better. Not only will I have money coming in that way, I'll have money coming in other ways. I already made like whatever, $800 this year just by having stocks. So, and not this year, since October. So, like, money's gonna get better. So if I have to live on credit cards for a little while, in a responsible way, to get us to where we're living that life like instantly, that's gonna happen. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Like, we're gonna be governed by what's our happiest, not by what we can afford and stuff like that anymore. I know that money's gonna be just fine. I'm sitting in a paid off house. Like, I'm not worried about that anymore. That's gonna change as well. So I have a list of things that I think would make you happiest. Not just my decision, obviously, but I'd be curious to see your feedback on them, because most of them are things that are kind of like, duh, you're gonna like the ideas of. And like I said, it's important for me that you understand this is different from, like, last time I needed you, and it hurt. This hurts. Don't get me wrong, but I know I'll be okay. There's nothing about me that's trying to guilt you into getting back with me because I won't be okay. Anything like that. The babies, especially Molly, I am not so sure about. Especially Molly. She's having a hard time. But again, I don't want to guilt you into coming back. But I just think, even if I was better than I've been and not as good as I'm about to be, just the number of days you would get with Molly and Squeaky, day in and day out, as opposed to seeing them once every 2 weeks, once every whatever, probably gets farther and farther away. like that alone makes this your healthiest and happiest choice. But add to that the fact that everything about me is about taking care of you and making you your healthiest and happiest from this point on, as I should have been doing this whole time. It's like, this is a no-brainer as far as what's your happiest. And again, like I said, this isn't something where I need you back, like, please, 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 come back to me, I can't do this, I can't live with this. It's not like that. It's, I really, really, really want you back. I see who you are now, and I love you unconditionally, and I just want to, nibble on you and lavish you, and, I mean, it's almost like wanting to reward you for how great you've done, but it's also just wanting to make you happy day in and day out. It's not a reward for something you did. It's not contingent on anything. It's just like, I see who you are now, and I want to, I want to make my puppy princess as happy as I possibly can, because I just adore you. So those are all things to consider. I love you very much. I hope you're having a good day wherever you're at. Gee, that was almost a spoiler right there. I love you very much. I will talk to you later. And, yeah, that's it. I love you. I love you. Yes, I do. I love you. Yes, I do. No reason to be jealous of the cat anymore.